everyone, thanks for joining me here today. So I wanted to shoot a really quick video to go over some goals that I've set for myself for coloring this year. This is the first time I'm kind of laying out a set of goals that I want to try and reach for this hobby. I'm hoping that it'll keep me a little bit more focused. There's a lot of great books that I have here, and I really want to try and work on a variety of projects. That all being said, I'm not going to hold myself to a strict standard, meaning I'm not going to be upset if I don't reach it. But at least it's there to try and help guide me. So that being said, I kind of worked together and I created the set of items that I really want to try and get through. So I've got this little notebook here from the dollar store, and this is where I'm going to keep track of everything. So I took the first page in the book and I've written out my goals, and then I will try and keep track of maybe some things monthly. So let's get started. So the first thing I set for myself is, I know lots of people do the 10 books to finish, but I've capped mine to 5 books to finish. So let's see. Look, let's stick some tacky glue there to hold this kind of in place. So I've picked 5 books that I want to try and complete this year, and they are all color by number. And they've all got quite a bit done in them, so I definitely feel I will get them finished. So my first book here is Mosaic Art Patterns. So I've put a label on all of the books, so I know that this is one of my 5 to finish, and I have 6 pages left to do in this book. And I normally do 1 page a month in it. So, I mean, I've got quite a bit done. I'm just going to do a quick flip through. And I've been randomly choosing my pages. There's that bright, crazy one. Tons. So there's one of the ones I have left to do. And I apologize, my furnace is going to kick in now. And another one. We've got our Christmas trees done. Pineapples, kitty cats, puppy dogs, fish. I just love this book so much. I am going to be sad when it's done, but I will be really, really proud. This was one of my favorites out of this book. So yeah. So I have 6 pages left for this book, and as I said, I'm positive I'm going to reach this goal because I tend to color 1 page a month in this book anyways. So there's my first book. Where am I going to put these all now? Okay, let's clear space. My desk down here is completely disastrous. Once again, I'm back filming in my basement because everybody is at home in my house, and this is the best place for me to try and do a workaround for videos. So the next book I have here is the Mystery Mosaics book, and I have 9 pages left to do in this book. And once again, I've got my little label, and as I complete each page, I'm just going to cross out the numbers so I can kind of keep track. Once again, this is a book I tend to work on a page each month. So I have faith that I will be able to get it done. These pages here are the fold outs. So we've got that one. Oh, I don't want that to make that. Oh, I hate that crinkly sound. And we've got the ice cream truck. Loved that page. Let's see if I can put this back in without crimpling it. Okay. And we've got my cat and duck. My Little Monster. Mermaid. And Haunted House. There are 2 more fold-outs left in this book, so those ones do take a little bit longer, and I'm coming up on those soon. Those are these 2 here, but I've just counted them as 1 page. So 9 pages to do in Mystery Mosaics. So the next book I picked for my 5 books to finish is my Carrière Mystères. So that's this one here. This one has 19 pages to finish, and normally for this book here, I actually do 2 pages a month. So once again, I'm hoping I will be good. This whole book here, I've been using my Crayola Super Tips and doing it with the cross-stitch style method. These are the ones I've finished so far. I've been doing this book in order. And as I said, I tend to do 2 a month. And for this one here, I've set myself that I'm not going to order another one of these Hatchet Heroes books until I get this one completed. And that's it for this one, except I did the last page when I first got the book to color it in. And that's when I decided I didn't really like it colored in, or I didn't do a very good job. I may try it in when I get the next book after I finish this one. My coloring of these mosaics has certainly changed, so I may give it a shot again. But yeah, I have 19 pages to go in this book, and I would love to get this one finished so I can order the next one. Isn't that always the case? So the next book is Tender Mandalas, and that's Kira Sharsneva book. I have 13 pages left to do in this book, and I've just been doing these pages at random. I just kind of open it up, and whichever one speaks to me. So this is a recent one I did. We've got my yellowing. We've got this one, and this one. Let's see, what else have I done in here? I really, really enjoy this book. This one's done. Here. This one. Is that it? No, I think, yeah, one more. And this one. So we have 13 pages to go for this book. And the last one I picked was Lots of Dots, and I have 28 pages to go in this book. For this particular book, all the times that I've worked on it in the past, I tend to do 4 pages at a time. So I feel like this is definitely achievable, even though that there's 28 pages, because they are really quick. I have completed a bunch. There is a tester page right here that I've done. And then I've done a whole bunch of them already. So each month I tend to work on 4 right together, back to back. And that seems to give me my little fix. These actually I did today. So I've already have 4 pages. So I'll give you a sneak peek. Love this one. These will be in my finished pages for the end of January. So I've already, you know, as I said, I've already got a start. I can already cross off 4 pages off this list. So if I stick to 4 a month, I should be good and be able to get this one done. I picked this one because it's quite thick, so to get it off my shelf and free up some space on my color by number section is definitely a good thing. All right. So to supplement my 10, because that's kind of what I worked with, because that's been the trend, where everyone has that 10 books to finish, I decided to pick 5 books to focus on. And I want to at least complete 3 pages at least in each of these 5 books. So the first book I selected here is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And so I've put my sticky on it to mark it as a focus book with the 3 numbers on it. I absolutely love this book. I would love to get a lot more pages done in it. All I've really done is my color page here, my cover, and I really, really like how it turned out. I'm not the happiest about the center part, but my border, was really happy with how my gems and everything turned out. And I've done these 2 pages here, and that's all that I've completed. So I would really love if I could say that I would get 3 pages done in this book this year. So the second book I've picked out is Hannah Carlson's Daydreams. So we've got my tag on it. And once again, I've had this book actually since I've began coloring, but I've only colored 1 page in it. And I've only done that this year. So that was this page here. I wanted to pick this book because there's such a wide variety of imagery in this particular one, and I thought it would be a great one to get a little bit more work done in it. And I love so many of the images in it. So I've picked Daydreams, a coloring book illustrated by Hannan. Okay, so the next one that I've picked here is Romantic Country. Now I have, actually it's going to be in my haul video, but I've recently received the third tale, and that will be in my haul for Christmas. But what I would love to do is be able to color 3 pages in the books. Now I'm going to group all of my romantic countries together and say I would be happy to color 3 pages in any of my romantic countries, so they don't necessarily all have to be in one particular book. But I've just recently completed my first page from the romantic country, so I feel like I've ripped off that band-aid, and I enjoyed it so much. I really want to get a lot more colored in it. So that's why I've selected this selection of books. Sorry, I just had to swipe a message off there. As my next to focus on. Okay, so after Romantic Country, I've actually picked out one of my Hannan books, and I've chosen Enchanted Faces. So this particular book, I decided to go with because I have the most pages colored in this particular one. So we have Dee Dee here, and sorry if you hear the noise from upstairs. My daughter just came in from playing in the snow. So we have Dee Dee I've completed. Oh, I'm going to put my notes back in here so I can mark my colors. And I've got this stickled up pretty girl here. She was so much fun to do. And we've got Love Letter, this one here. So, yep, I would love to be able to complete 3 pages in this particular book. Okay, and the last one is going to be Jade Summer's Chibi Girls. So I've done a lot of work in this book, but I would love to be able to get 3 more. This is one I'm pretty sure won't be an issue to hit because I normally do color a Jade Summer page from this book each month. So yeah, it was kind of a cheat to put it on. I really enjoy this book. Let's see, I've done quite a lot in here. Here's my little pirate girl. Okay, and my little gangster. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, got a running girl. And our teacher. And our gardener. So yeah, so 3 pages in Chibi Girls. And as I said, this is a bit of a cheat because I do tend to work on this one anyways on a regular basis, but I put it in here nonetheless. Okay, so the next thing I have on my chart here is Coloring Heaven. So I'm just going to pick them up here. I have a lot of Coloring Heaven magazines. I absolutely love my Coloring Heaven, but it's not something that I necessarily gravitate to. I'm not really sure why. I pick them up, I buy them, I don't mind the paper and coloring in them, but it's not something I seem to pull out. So I want to make an effort to get some of these pages done in my Coloring Heaven books, because I think I've only done 2 or 3 in them. So I've decided to mark off, I want to color at least 5 pages in my Coloring Heaven books. So I have 2 Christmas ones, but they're actually put away with my Christmas books, and I have 2 Halloween ones that are put away with my Halloween books. So aside from those, I have the Care Bears issue. I have the Fairies Compendium issue, so all kinds of beautiful looking fairies. I have Frightening's Halloween. Love this one. So cute. No pages done in any of these. It's such a complete shame. I have Women of the World. Beautiful portraits here. pretty. Let's see. I have the Alice special. I have done a page in this one. Let's see. So I've done this one here with my Black Widow pencils. Absolutely love it. But yeah, all different kinds of artists. I have the Steampunk special. Once again, absolutely nothing done. But I really, really love the images in this book. They're so stunning. Okay. I have the Fairy Tales special. This is the one that from Fabienne Atanasio. It's covering a whole bunch of her different books that she has. So wonderful. Okay. I have Dreamtime specials. So this is one that Hannah Carlzon did. I have colored a picture in here. So I'm going to pull it up. It's right at the very beginning. And it's this one here. This is me learning to use Distress ink. But I really like how the little moths turned out. Learning how to color gold and my shading. But yeah. So that's this one here. I have the Mermaid special. Yeah, you guessed it. Nothing colored in it. I really, really love this book. This one intimidates me. The artwork is just absolutely breathtaking. And I'm a little bit afraid. But it's so stunning. Yeah, so that's the Mermaid special. I have the Chibi one. Once again, absolutely adore this volume. Love this picture. I mean, all the pictures are just gorgeous. So cute. That one's a really nice one too. I mean, I like so many of them. Okay, so that's Chibi. And the next one I have is Fantasy Cat Special. Yep, nothing done. I really love this volume too. Love this guy. Oh, so awesome. Like, look at that. The artwork is just, it's just amazing. So cute. So, so cute. Okay, so that's Fantasy Cats. And the last one I have here is the Busy World special. And there's a few more I have on my wish list that I want to pick up. I quite like this one as well. I think it'll be really fun to try and color that dark grayscale. Okay, so that's the Busy Birds special. So, as I said, my goal for this is that I want to try and work in these books more. So if I could get 5 pages colored out of any of my Coloring Heaven magazines, I will be ecstatic. Okay. So, the next goal I have is Hannan is actually what started me with with adult coloring. So, I would like to get back to working in more of my Hannan books. I have almost all of them. I believe there's 2 books I don't have. So I would really like to make an effort to get back to getting some more Hannans done. So I've set a goal, magic number of 5 for me. I'd like to get at least 5 Hannan pages done this year. So I have Sweet and Simple Whimsy Girls, and I've colored this page here, and I've colored this girl here, and this girl here. Okay, I have Steampunk Darlings, and I have my daughter was working on this page here. So whenever I have a duplicate, it's my daughter will do the duplicate picture once I've colored the main one. So I've completed this one. really love how it turned out. I've just received right before Christmas Whimsy Girls Around the World, so nothing's been colored in this one. This is Hannah's newest book, and it is gorgeous. So stunning. I love all of the images in it. I can't wait to start it. It's so beautiful. Okay, so we have Whimsy Girls Around the World. I have Whimsy Girls at Work. So this actually has my very first page I've ever colored. And it was using Amazon Basic coloring pencils. You could see how the ripple on the page, and I was trying to shade, and because I was watching the, you know, a lot of you wonderful colorists on YouTube, and I was like, oh, they shade with the pencil crayons, and I was trying to do it, and I just, nah. So shortly after this, I bought myself some Prismacolor Premieres. But yeah, this was the first page I've ever colored. And then I had to redeem myself, and I went back to this book once I was coloring for a lot longer, and I colored this girl here with my Prismacolor Premieres. And that's it from this book. I have Victorian Darlings. And this actually has the first picture I ever colored using my Prismacolor Premiere. So I've come a long way. I still really like this page, but it definitely, I was using blender pencil, and I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, right? So I'm not happy with it now, but at the time, I couldn't believe that I was able to achieve this. One of my daughters completed this one. I've done another page in here. I finished it right after that last one. And this was also one of my starter pages. But I really like how it turned out. And I think my 5-year-old started coloring it in this one here. And then, once again, one of my daughters. And I have this one marker based, but I haven't colored it in. So this is probably going to be the next one I work on in this book. Then I have Fairy Tale Princesses and Storybook Darlings. So I've completed this page here. Took me an absolutely forever, but I do love how it turned out. And I've recently completed one other in here. And this is my Belle page. And I really love how this one came out as well. And that's my Belle. Then we have Whimsy Girl Through the Decades. I actually have 2 copies of this book because one of my daughters accidentally spilt water, and there's water damage all over. So this book has nothing in it because that's the one I'm going to be coloring in from now on. But I've done 2 pages in this book. So my first one is this one. Recently did it this summer. My lighting's starting to go. Ugh, I really got to try and figure out something for this basement light. And then I have this girl here, which is one of the first ones I've completed once I received my Prismacolors. Yeah. So those are my 2 pages from this one. I have Maui Mermaids and Island Whimsy Girls. And I've done 1 page in this book. And I did it for Mermaid. And I really, really love how this one came out. I love the water and the clouds. I'm just really content with it. So we have this one. And then I have Mythical Maidens and Curious Creatures. Done 1 page in here. And this is my little gnome girl. Super love her. So I'm checking the dates. I mean, I didn't do quite a few last year. I Dream in Color. I've got 2 done in here. So this is an earlier page that I did when I first got my Prismacolor Premieres again, but I really like it. And then this is one that I did January of last year, the Mad Hatter girl. Once again, enjoyed that one. And then I think I have only 1 page done in here. I think I have a page flag that I could have done for Halloween. Yeah, so I'm going to take this out. But I have 1 page done in this book. And this one is a fairly early on coloring for me too. But I put all kinds of glitter in her tail, made it super sparkly, and I enjoyed doing her hair. Yeah. Okay, so 5 books, or 5 pages out of any of my Hannan books, and I will be happy. Yeah, 5 books this year out of there. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm setting for myself for 2022 is that I have a category called 10 books to touch. So for here, I selected some of the coloring books that I've had in my collection for the longest amount of time that I've never colored in. So they've been completely untouched books. And as I said, they've been in my collection the longest. I actually put on the list here, sorry, we're out of frame. I actually put on my list here 10 books, and I accidentally pulled 11, and then I couldn't decide which book to take out, so I've left all 11 in there. So the books that I've had in here the longest, and I haven't touched anything in them, is Main Street by Creative Haven. Once again, I just put a label on here to say touch, knowing 1 page in here this year, and I will be really, really happy. And I love this book, but I think I'm afraid of it because of all of the details. I'm a really slow pencil colorist. And a lot of these books are books that I would want to do pencil work in, and I think that's part of my delay. So the first one here we have is Main Street. The next book I have here is one of the Forest Girl books. I believe this is the first one, but I could be wrong. This book intimidates me. I really would love to be able to create my images like how the artist has their prints there. And I think that's why I've been afraid. But I feel like I should just dive in and give it a go. I really love the artwork in these books. They're just so stunning. Oh. This is the one that I flagged here to try and do in fall. So I did have intentions, but they definitely never made the list because of my fear. So yeah, Forest Girl. The next one is, I believe this is Under the Microscope Land by Rita Berman. I've had this book in my collection for a very long time, and I've never colored anything in it. Once again, I'm pretty intimidated for whatever reason by this particular book. I love it so much though. She's such an amazing artist. Yeah, but I would love to be able to get a page done out of this particular book. So beautiful, and I've seen so many stunning pages done from it. Yep. Okay, so that's Under the Microscope. Another one of my touch books is Fairy Tales by Emily Leadenhall-Oberg. Once again, I absolutely love the artwork in this book, but it intimidates the bejesus out of me. Yeah, I think because the double-sided and the images are so large, I don't know. You know, and I can't use my alcohol markers. I'm toying with the idea of maybe basing some of it with my Crayola Super Tips. I'm not really sure. But I just haven't known what to do with it, I guess is the best way to put it. But there's so many images here that, like, I love this image. And there's another one here. I love quite a lot. I mean, I love all of them, but there's definitely a few that really speak out to me. But yeah, this one here, I love this. So adorable. So that's Fairy Tales by Emily Leadenhall-Oberg. So the next one I have, I think I could have put these in order, is Gnomes in the Neighborhood. I'm not sure why once again, but here's another book that I absolutely adore. But for whatever reason, I have never picked it up to color. And I've had it almost since the beginning of my coloring journey, and not a single page. So I would be ecstatic to get something done. And in fact, all the books I'm going to show you next are ones that I've had since the very, very beginning. the first few months, and I haven't touched any of them. So they're definitely my top ones to do. Look, Good Intentions. I flagged a page to work on. But yeah, nothing. Nada. So Gnomes in the neighborhood. Okay, the next one is Peter Pan by Fabiana Attanasio. I've had this book since the very beginning, and same thing. Not a single thing. And I'm noticing a theme of these. A lot of these books seem to be my double-sided books that I don't, that I wouldn't be able to use my alcohol markers on. Oops, knocked over my little page weight here. They're images that are quite large in nature, so I'd have to figure out a good way to do the backgrounds on them. Sorry, I'm not really in frame. And but the imagery, like I just love it. I just love the book so much. So adorable. So yeah, I would love to get a page done from Peter Pan. Okay. Then we have Jasmine Beckett-Griffith. I've had this since close to the beginning of my coloring. I haven't done a single thing in it. I am most definitely intimidated. Her artwork is, I'm so completely in love with it. I think what I am going to do is I'm going to pick one of these smaller ones to do. And I'm going to count that as touch in the book. Because I feel like if I color, I'm worried about the faces and doing the shadows. So I feel like if I get one of these smaller ones done, I definitely will feel a lot better before I attempt one of the larger pictures. I just feel like there's so much open space in these pages, which is amazing because it gives you as the colorist ways to put your own touches to it, but that frightens me. So, as I said, I think I'm going to start with one of the smaller thumbnails, give that a go first, and as I said, if I do that, I'll count that as one of my pages to touch, and then hopefully I will build up the courage to be able to do one of these larger pages. There's some more of the little thumbnails. Yep. So this is Jasmine Beckett-Griffith's coloring book. Okay, so the next one I have is, oh, knocking everything over, is Nice Little Town 4. I've had this for an exceptionally long time. These are all the bonus pages and haven't done a single thing. Still bonus pages. Half the book, I believe, is bonus pages. And I really love the imagery in here. I really love all the little houses. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic little book. But I think it's a lot of pencil work. So once again, it's something that has always sat on my back burner. But I would love to be able to get one of these pages done. I only have one Nice Little Town book. So yeah, being able to get some work in it would make me exceptionally happy. Okay. And then the next one I have here is, let's see. I feel like I've skipped one of the books on my list. I have Mythographics. This is the Imagine book. I literally picked this up right after I got my first Prismacolor Premier Pensagrams. And I went and found it at the store and picked it up right away. But it's something that I have never worked in because I've been very afraid of it. I love the images in here. And yeah, it's always spoken to me. But I just feel like it's so busy and so much to do. I guess I'm just worried about the length of time it'll take me to get a page done. But yes, I would love to get something finished from this book here. And that's the other thing. I would have such a hard time choosing which page. I love so many of them so much. This page speaks to me. I've almost done this page a number of times. And there's another page in here, which I've seen completed a number of times. So it's made me feel like I've had the confidence to maybe start. Where's the image? I think it's right at the beginning. No, nope. This one. I've seen this page done a lot. Yeah, so I'd be really happy to get a page done in this. And then we have Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. I have had this book since the start. Haven't touched it. And I love the images in here. But I've been, I guess, afraid. And not really sure what to do with it. And I'm not the greatest in my backgrounds. And I've seen so many amazing colorists do such bright and vivid and such beautiful backgrounds in Hannah Carlson's work that I'm afraid. There's no other way to put it. Should I be afraid? No, it's a hobby. It should be something that makes me happy. But I'm afraid. And yeah. But I love the images in here. Yeah. One page done from this book would make me very, very happy. Okay, and then the last book that I've marked as a book to touch this year, okay, I'm going to move this aside now because that's done, is Nightfall. So this is a Maria Trolle book. I've had this book since the very, very start, and I have also never colored a single page in it. And I, mostly because I feel like I just didn't know what to do with it. So I'm excited to try and give it a go. The images in it are adorable. And, I mean, I've had it for so long and haven't touched it. I feel like it's a complete sin. Yeah. Like, that's so unique. So many beautiful pages. That one's quite cute. I've seen a lot of people do this page. It's adorable. And that's beautiful. I love how her hair pools into the pond. Yeah. So, Nightfall is my last book. So that being said, so those are my goals for the year. So to recap, I have 5 books that I wish to complete. I have 5 books that I'd like to focus on. I'd like to color 5 Coloring Heaven pages and 5 Hannah Lynn pages. And then I have 10 books that I'd like to touch this year. So those are the goals I'm setting for myself. I decided at the last minute yesterday, I am going to create a hashtag for it. If for anything else, kind of for myself, I want it to have a place where I can put all of the pages that I complete that fit in this category, so that I can look back on and to hopefully give me a little bit more encouragement to keep going with it. And so the hashtag, let's see, do I have a pen and a piece of paper? I'll post it in the description below. But if anyone else wants to put any of the pages that they complete, that they've set goals for themselves to do for this year, by all means, I would love it. So I believe it's going to be coloring my goals 2022. So I'll hold it up here. Yeah, and so any pages that I complete that check off something off of my goals list, I'm going to post them under this hashtag. And I think it'll be fantastic to be able to go back and see all of the pages that I've completed together. And then if other people want to participate, it'd be awesome to see other people get to see the pages that they've been able to get completed, and hopefully that'll help influence me as well. As I said, I'm not putting too much pressure. This is a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. So if I do not reach these goals, I'm not going to be devastated. I'm just happy that I have something there as the guidance. And I think it's really going to help me this year. If you have any goals yourself, I'd love to hear about them. If you want to put it in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them as well. I want to thank you all for joining me again. I know it's been a huge long break since I've been posting videos. As I mentioned in my recent completed pages video, I've been having daily terrible headaches, and they still are on and off. And so there's some days I'm so drained from it, I can't even function. So I'm not coloring, much less shooting videos. So I do apologize, and that is where my absence has been. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love if you gave it a thumbs up. If you want to keep on following and see what I'm able to get completed this year, I would love if you hit subscribe and follow along. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you guys all soon. I'm going to be back in a few days, I think, with my coloring haul from Christmas. Just some Christmas presents I received. I'm just waiting for one last package to come in. So thanks so much, and we'll talk to y'all guys soon. Bye-bye.